to be fair, this is quite a nice setting just for a little picture of the bike as well. Why not? She looks rather sexy, doesn't she? Afternoon all. Today I thought I would give you a little run through on how I set GoPro cameras up on my scooter. So I've come to a nice little secluded spot, and I'll talk you through how some of the bits and bobs go. Okay, so the first one is the camera that faces back towards me, and as you can see, if I pan out a little bit here, I've got that mounted sort of onto the wing mirror and onto the master cylinder bracket. So as you can see, it's mounted in there like that. Now literally just by swiveling the ball mount, you can face this one forward and get a nice clean view of the road in front of you. So there you go, that's it facing forward. Next up we have the front facing but low profile one. So this one's sort of hugging the road, and as you can see, when you put the handlebars straight, which I'll try and stretch and do, that one is the angle that gives you a really nice sort of part of the front mudguard and front wheel spinning around, but also enables you to see the road in front of you from a really low angle, which makes it look nice and quick. Okay, so then with nothing more than a little undoing this knob here and spinning the ball mount round, you have now got a rear facing camera that's looking back down the side panel at a low profile and gives you a little bit of the road behind you, and perhaps, you know, a shot of one or two of your pals riding along behind you too. But yeah, again, a nice cool angle, and really simple. 10 seconds, pull over, switch your camera around. Okay, now we come to the rear of the scooter, and here we go. We've got this one mounted not just on the ball ram, but also using a clamp on the rear rack just to hold it in place. And again, this one's rear facing and gives you a nice clean view of the road behind you, scooters perhaps that you're riding in front of. Nice angle. Next up, this one's nice and low. It's front facing, it's mounted onto the panel handle. Now obviously you've got to have decent panels and decent handles that are well attached to stop it wobbling around too much, but these are pretty good on the Series 2, so they seem to work alright. If we get in a little bit tighter, so you can have a little look at how it's clamped on there, not going anywhere. I wouldn't advise using this one for long periods perhaps, but certainly if you want to just stop, flip it off and ride for I don't know, half a mile with it on, then I'm sure it'll be good. But yeah, I like it, it's a good angle, and you can see right down the side panel. You can see your feet on the floor runners and the road in front of you. So yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, so that's a few of the GoPro mounting positions that I like to use. It's nice to mix it up just a little bit, give you a little bit of interest when you're filming. And obviously on a motorbike it's a little bit different because you've got so many bits of framework that you can attach a clamp to, and you can move cameras around quite nicely. On a scooter it's a little bit more difficult because everything's so enclosed, so you have to kind of be a bit creative and look for positions where you can mount. So you know, I'm lucky on mine that I've got a front master cylinder, so I can bolt a wing mirror into that, and that gives me one option to put a ball mount position just under there, and also having a spotlight on the front of the bike again give me an option to just drill a hole and mount another ball mount onto there. On the rear rack, as I mentioned, I'll have a clamp with a ball mount on that, which I can take off and move to the panel handle quite easily. So all of those positions are pretty much front facing and rear facing. The DJI helmet clamp is brilliant. It is so strong, I can't recommend it enough. You do need to have another little bracket, I think, to make the GoPro sort of sit up on that and move it to the right angle to film from. Haven't really used it yet, but just attaching it to my helmet for this exercise, for the purposes of this piece, it is rock solid. It's not going anywhere. Absolute quality, and DJI makes so much good stuff. The other thing I would carry with me is a small magic arm. Small rig make those. Small rig stuff is just superb. It's great value for money, and the arm is sort of folded in half, so it's adjustable, and it gives you that little bit of extra sort of width away from the bike. So some of the positions that I've shown you today, if you use the arm as well, that just makes them look a little bit more dynamic. And also you can just about get some of the front of the scooter in and have the camera on the headset facing back towards you, and include some of your front light and stuff like that. So there's plenty of other options that you can do whilst only carrying a small amount of gear with you. We're not a photographic studio, so we don't want to be covering our bike or loading our bike up with so many accessories that we don't know which one to use next. So my advice is definitely to keep it light, keep it simple. And the whole process of using ball ram mounts is brilliant, because it enables you to literally just pull over, move a camera from one spot to another in 10-15 seconds and be back on the road. And that's brilliant, because if you're travelling in a group with all your mates, the last thing they want is for you to be constantly pulling over and unstrapping a mount here and mounting it back there and taking up 10 minutes of time. Whereas this way you can either get a bit ahead of the group and just quickly pull over, and by the time they've caught you up, you're back. You're done, you're adjusted, you're in a new position, and you're away and off at the back of the group, and then you can filter your way through and get shots of everyone else riding their scooters, and make the most of it. The other thing about using ball mounts is they're not overly intrusive on the look of the scooter. So I tend to leave my headset one in place all of the time, and also the one on the spotlight in place all of the time, and then they're just there if I need them. So I'll show you. Let me just spin the camera around. So there you can see how that looks. It doesn't take up too much space, it doesn't look too unobtrusive, and it's just there and ready to go. Again, if we look at the spotlight and just spin around here, you can see that mount is always in position, and it just sits there minding its own business, ready for action. And then there's the ball mount clamp, which doesn't stay in position. I take it off because I like to move that around to 2 or 3 different points that I've shown you already, but that one I'll just keep in a small bag in the toolbox. But again, it's literally just clamp it up and you are ready to attach the GoPro to it. Now, another great little cheap and cheerful Amazon product that I've purchased is this Fanfu double-ended ball mount adapter, and that's the trick of the trade really, that you keep one end attached to the GoPro itself, and the other end you just clamp onto wherever you've got your ball mount situated. So there he is, the Fanfu. If you purchase from the link below, I've literally just signed up to the Amazon affiliates program, so I might earn a few pennies if you happen to click on the link below and purchase through there. So yeah, that just leaves me to say, please like, subscribe, comment, anything you can do to help grow the channel, to help get more people interested in it, much appreciated. Till the next time, ride safe.